Gotta switch the camera. There we go. We'll wait till get some people on there. How many people did you get on live when you were on?
Don came on there, Cliff came on there, 3, I think.
Does it save the lives as videos?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Automatically?
Yes. Once you exit out, once that's done. Yeah,
Okay.
we got 2 on there already. Chris said something. Chris Evans.
Right now?
No.
No, nobody's not on right now.
They're probably doing stuff on Saturday.
Everybody's at the show.
All right, guys, we are live at Boonville still. We're at the Hudson Forest Products tent. This guy right here is John.
Howdy, everybody.
He does all of the
Quality control inspections.
and
We run the plant.
you're like the engineer, right?
No, I'm not the engineer. I just do the design and give it to the engineers to draw.
So he's the design guy.
Come up with the weak spots and get them corrected. That's what I look for, is any weak spots you can find in the equipment, make the improvements, submit them, and get them changed.
He's the man with the plan, in other words.
You want to call it that?
So this is the Slabber 52. Now you designed this, correct, John?
Well, yeah, that's my idea, to put the double 52 with the pulleys on there. I didn't design the mill. No, I did not. That was built many years ago.
Look at the saw. Look at the size of the saw. Tim, stand in front of the saw so you can actually see the size of it.
Fat. Fatter.
That was handle a 52-inch diameter log. The maximum cut width with the guides on is 48 inches.
That would make a big table.
Yes, it will.
How long
More
is
than
the
one guy
blade?
can handle. Pardon?
How long is that blade?
That blade is 221 inches long.
Ooh.
We use the 1.5-inch blades on that. You can run a 2-inch blade on there, but then you have to have it set off the back of your wheel a little bit more. So you just readjust your guides. And I actually use an 1.25-inch blade on mine as well. So,
Now, when you're using a wider blade, do you have to keep the center of the blade on the wheel, right?
correct, yes.
Otherwise, it'll start causing problems.
That's why I said you have to readjust your guides to push them back a little
Yep,
bit.
yep.
Yep.
Now, what horsepower is that?
That one is a 35.
35 horse?
No, taking it back. That's the 37 EFI.
37 horsepower.
Fuel injected, yeah.
Get up in there.
Well, we're going to walk around here and look at some of the equipment. Oh, I see Mike is eating a sandwich. That's the perfect time to catch him, right?
Yeah, it is. This here is the Oscar 336 mill. 36 diameter logs. Maximum cut of 32 inches between the guides.
So what makes the Oscar different from everything else, John?
Oscar was the original grandfather of Dan Hooven's father. So Oscar was the one that came to the country, and that's why they call them Oscars. You come into our showroom, there's a whole story there.
Is there?
Yep, right in the showroom on the wall.
That's a nice mill too. Solid 4-post. 23 horsepower. I like the way your tracks are built. The tracks are like tanks.
There you go, you can have them back down. Lunchtime already, boys? This here is the Farm Boss. The difference between the Farm Boss and the Oscars is Farm Boss is built more like the 330 or the
Hell getting old, isn't it?
H360 sawmill. So we use a 2-inch tubing rather than 1.5 inch. So it makes it a little bit more rugged. These are designed to work with farmers because we know how farmers are. They're like loggers. They like to break things.
Yep, they do.
So we make these a lot tougher. This has a different type of backstops. You raise all 3 backstops with one handle, and the dog stays fixed down. So I have to unlock it over there.
Okay.
Basically, you can. And you can
That's a nice design.
23 horse.
We go over and unlock them backstops.
I was going to try to do this on my mill, but I'm too close to the ground.
Yeah. That way the dog put along. We used to sell these with ramps. Some guys still order the ramps. We still do build them, but all the farmers got tractors with loaders. So
Yep.
it saves them all that extra work. I can saw probably the fastest with this style mill
Is that right?
because it's not power feed. I can pick my own speed in the log that I'm cutting.
Yep.
I got a 30-inch log. I'm going to go slower, obviously, but with a 6-inch log, I can lock it faster and listen to the mill better.
Absolutely.
I always wondered how you lock the heads down and travel.
Yep.
That's a nice mill.
This here, people don't understand, but this here is for your PV. So when you flop your cant down, you just put the point of your PV in there and push it back to your backstops. Tink, boom.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Yep.
Unless you sawed a lot of lumber, you probably wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You'd say, what's that plate with 4 holes in it?
No, you wouldn't think of that.
Nope.
So that's what it's for.
I use a can hook in him. He works out good
He's a
with
roller.
it. He's a roller.
He's the roller guy.
I'm the hydraulic.
Yeah, he's the
roller.
hydraulic roller in the middle.
He feeds me and I go.
That's it.
When you got you got your track set on the ground like an Oscar 336 and you got your cross members, I always use a PV. That's why I recommend the customers always buy a PV and a cant hook.
Right, right.
So when you want to push that log to your backstop, you just jab it in the dirt and push it. It does the same effect as that.
Yep.
So pick one or the other, but if you got a 336 or something, you could probably weld a tab in there and do the same thing as just push on the metal. The only downfall is in the dirt, you can feel it better, but here you got a chance when you got a smaller log of this popping out,
Right, right.
over pushing. So it's all in knowing your machine and how to work it and how to use the hand tools that you work with it.
As long as my hydraulic log roller right here works out, I'll be all right. What is your name? You're live too.
Yeah, well, we're live. Steve.
Steve, how you doing, Steve?
Yep.
We met earlier.
Yep.
Steve's one of the salesmen here.
Yeah.
You got quite a few mills up here this year.
Yeah, we brought all we could fit in this
Yeah.
mud pit. Right here.
It's
fun.
nasty. We were just pointing that out earlier, that how muddy it is.
Sunshine, I can't. We're gonna see it today.
Show him the warrior, Rick.
No, it's gonna be a good day. Now this is a firewood. This wraps the firewood, correct?
Right, that's electric fire wrapper.
One thing I learned with firewood is it means work. Too much work.
This works pretty awesome little unit right there. A lot faster than
Yeah, we're
cranking.
live, but I'm not gonna catch you eating. Now this is the Warrior. What's the difference between the Warrior
In the Oscar.
and the Oscar?
Okay, it's basically the same as the HFD line. The Warrior is built with a bent tube frame.
Okay,
The posts go up on the front, so the posts are actually part of the frame.
right. No, I see a new gusset on here.
Right, we found a little play in some of the mills, so we made a new gusset for the front of these. It's all one solid piece welded in over the tube that's across.
That's a grand idea right there.
Stiffens them up pretty good. Takes a little shake out when you get way up on a big log.
Yep.
Any of your mills, band mills, when they get up on a big log, it's top heavy. You know, it's all
Right.
levers and levers.
Right. That's a good idea. Whoever came
a
up
little shaking on any mill, I don't care what it is.
Whoever
Watch
came up with that, that was a great idea. Too bad I didn't come up with that
Right,
idea.
right.
Because I put a bunch more tubing on mine.
Yeah. Well, it's a live and learn process. That's why I test them all and find the weak spots.
These are your entry-level mills.
Yeah, that's the Warrior, or not the Warrior, the
Hunter.
Hunter.
Now these you get
Thanks
in
for
the,
the correction there.
these you get in the box and you assemble yourself, correct?
Yep. Yep, sealed up in a box. All the parts are there, instructions. We got live videos that you can watch on our website or on YouTube.
Now is it
Stop the video. That's the best part about assembly. You can stop it and get that part done.
Yes.
One step at a time, which works out good. They also
Now
come
the-
with a layout plan if you don't have it.
are the tracks aluminum on these, or have you
This is a steel track.
steel track?
We now send them with galvanized steel track. We got rid of the aluminum. So now it's all coming with galvanized steel. Same setup as the aluminum, only it's galvanized now.
And this will cut how big a diameter log?
This will do a 21-inch diameter log.
Which is a pretty good size log.
It is. You're a one-man band.
People don't understand how logs, 21-inch log is a pretty good size
Well,
log.
about twice the size of that, because that's about 10 inches. I guess.
You got a log over here, and that's probably what, 12-inch log on this
Yeah, on
small
this
end?
end, 13 maybe.
What is this?
This is the HFE 21. This is similar to the Hunter and Sawyer. Same thing. Difference is the middle. And this comes with the standard track, welded track, instead of the kit. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is all assembled when you purchase this mill, just like you see it. Yeah. So yeah, these come assembled. That's the main difference between the two.
That's what I chose. Come assembled.
Yeah.
We got the Patriot. That's like Tim's mill.
How you doing? Yeah. Good to see you. We're live on video.
She took off running.
Scared her when I said we were live.
All right, so this is the Patriot. This is like Tim's mill without the different stuff that we put on it. And then this is the Oscar
Oscar 428.
428.
This comes with an electric model, which I put in my wood shop. So I built my table up about 24, 25 inches off the deck.
Yep.
Set the mill right on there and go in there and flip the switch when I want to rip the tabletop off, skin cut it or something. It's so easy, hit the switch and you're off and running. I hooked the sawdust right up to the vacuum. I made a vacuum chute on the exhaust part. So I just turn on the shop vac and it sucks it right in there as I'm going down through cut.
That makes it nice,
Great
huh?
shop mill. That's why I like this one. I have the 52 at my place, and I own the 428 as well.
That's pretty ruggedly built right there
It
too
is.
for
This
size.
This is my favorite little mill. You can cut anything on this up to 28 inches. And the great thing about these is they got the electric start. So older guys like us that got the shoulder, turning logs and chainsaw their whole life, you come up, turn the key and start it, and you can saw. We used to just sell this with pull start. When we put the electric start on them, the sales almost doubled them because of that one feature.
Electric start on mine.
Plus we put the, we made the horsepower a little greater on them too.
I see
That
that.
was a big change.
Yeah, I see the
That 14 horse will cut any log you put into it, and it stays right there. The electric model's the same way. It cuts a little bit slower, it's a little less RPM,
right.
but it's right there as well.
Now, what's the horsepower of the motor on the electric?
It's a 5-horse electric.
5-horse
220,
electric?
Yep.
220 volt.
220 volts, yep.
Now, is the electric, do you find have more torque than the gas engine?
It's about the same. I think the gas has more torque, but when I'm in my shop, I'm pretty fussy about the cut, so I make sure it's
Yeah, yeah.
nice and slow. That's why I like it, and I got it up so I can watch everything, because that's basically my finished cut before planing.
Right.
You know, if I got a thick plank and I got to skim cut it because it's cut and it just had some divots, or you hit iron in the log, you know what that's all about. You got to finish the cut, so I'll bring it back in the shop, get the iron out, and trim her up.
That'll work just fine.
It'll work just fine. I hate throwing wood away.
And this is your big one.
This is the H360,
This is all
fully loaded.
fully hydraulic. I see you got a computer on it.
Yeah, we just put this new set works. It's called the Auto Set. So you can program it. You can program one setting in here, say 1 inch, 2 inch, 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch. Whichever way you want to program it, you choose it to your setting. And this is a great item. It's worked great for us so far. We're going to start putting this out on the market real soon. We've got all the components in. It's going to be hitting the market here real quick. We don't have a price on it yet either, but this will be adaptable to go on to an Oscar 336 mill. There's George the Ghost. He saw it.
George the Ghost. Now this is an auto drive mill, correct?
Yeah, power feed.
Completely hydraulic.
You got the log loader on it. You got the log dog. That's what's holding the timber up. So when you get done cutting like that, you can just pick your whole stack up, come under it with your forks, and pick it right off. It works really slick. The log's coming on the other side, obviously.
Now this mill has a 35 horsepower on it.
Correct. Yep. These are available with 37s too.
Now I thought I saw one of your mills that came with a diesel.
That was years ago. Diesel motors, you don't really need all that torque. So
Right.
it costs like twice as much to put a diesel on.
Gotcha.
The customer requests a diesel, we can put it on there. It'll take us a little while to get it, but we will get what they want if it's needed. The cost goes way up.
Well, the cost of fuel goes up too.
Absolutely. This is the log turner here with this chain. So this here pivots up.
Okay.
That's where you turn your log with. It goes both directions. So if you go a little too far, you can back it off and bring it back in.
And all the motors on here are hydraulic.
Correct. Here's your hydraulic dog again. I was getting at that.
Yep.
It's on that big solid bar there. It works very well.
Now this mill is built on a trailer. That's the way it comes, built on a trailer.
They're available 24 foot and 28 foot if you want to cut extra long stuff.
Because I see all the stuff that you have on here has to have some ground clearance.
Yes, that's so you can take it in on a log landing and not destroy it all. Pulling it in over a stump or something.
This is a nice mill. And of course you got these.
Unifor skidding winches. Cream of the crop of skidding winches in my book because I own one and it works about the best thing I got.
Now these are for like farm tractors,
Farm
correct?
tractors, 3-point hitch, yes. And they range from 100 horse down to 25 or 30 horsepower tractors. We got the H models. The H models like this, these are hydraulically driven. So these are remote control.
Okay.
So you put it on your tractor. You want to go out with your cable, you just hit the release button on a clicker. Start running with your cable, make your hitch. The big advantage of these is you can walk your hitch to the tractor. So when you got the log on and you're walking up with it, you're definitely out of the way of the skidding range. But if you see a snag coming up, you can avoid that snag by stopping the winch, loosen the cable, maybe put a snatch block on to pull the tree over a little bit. And it saves walking from the tree back to the tractor every time you make a hitch. And then you snag something, then you got to walk back down, back to the tractor again. So
Yes, that would
they
be
are
accurate.
very, very handy with the.
And that comes in what models? The H
comes in
models?
65, the 85, 65, 55, and 45 H.
Okay.
So right down to a 45 horsepower, 40 horsepower tractor, you get the H model winches.
Well, that's nice.
The regular ones are the manual. So the red ropes, they got 2 ropes, they're pretty simple. The red rope you pull at releases the brake so you can pay your cable out. Then when you come back to make your pull in, you just pull the black rope. And that engages your clutch. And they're pretty simple. This is the style I have. I actually have a 50, older one. The clutches and brakes in these are awesome. They don't very rarely wear out.
So the ropes are pretty much so you can walk back on the log and still be able to control the winch.
Right, you have to be at the winch to control it. Okay, on the H winches, you can run it down the woods a quarter mile away if you want. The radar goes a long ways. Tested that system at the factory, and I was all the way down by Route 12 and we were running the winch for over there. I couldn't see the tractor, but it was still working the winch.
That's a long way.
We were talking on the cell phone, but that'd be great when you're in a blind spot down the woods.
Absolutely.
So if you got a guy up on the hill, you know, a hitch guy, and then cut it down in the woods, you can communicate and run together. Awesome job.
We're all the way down to 20 horse, you said? 30 horse.
25 to 30, what the smallest one on.
I see you guys keep putting on. Man, they still ain't sold that.
Well, look, Tim has found Paul and Andy from Southern Adirondack Outdoors. Hi, guys. I talked to you early this morning. You got no place to eat up here.
So there's a 55-inch Pro, there's a 35 now, 35 to 40 horsepower, below 30 with that little winch there. The big advantage between these two, you can put them basically on the same tractor sizes.
Yes.
This has the lower pulley, which is a huge advantage when you're skidding, especially on hills or so.
Right.
Put your cable out to there and then the piece is out here. Cable in there, push this pin down, pull out that button. Cable goes in the slot and you lock the button back in, the cable stays in the hole. Real quick feature.
Nice operation.
Next we got the Uniforest firewood processor.
Now, is that new, or have you had those?
We've sold them before, we just got this one and it's brand new. It's just a matter of time to get them. So this has a circle saw in it, it's not a chainsaw.
Really?
Yeah.
You can walk up and take a look at it.
I think they got a look at it. That's what it sounds like.
I'll follow you.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like they got a piece of wood stuck in there. I'm gonna stand back here so I don't lose any fingers, legs, or hands.
You got the sledgehammer here yet? I'm gonna get it now. So they got a stick of wood in there, or crossways.
Looks like 2 sticks.
Well, it started to split and it obviously caught and twisted on it. So,
Now this has got a circle saw instead of a chainsaw type.
right, the circle blade comes right on there. You can see it up in here.
Yep.
All right, there's the wooden guide pegs just in case. So what happens? This clamp comes back. You got your camera in there. This comes back. Your log advances. It hits this bump stop. And that bump stop stops your log. Then this clamp will come down when you make your cut. As soon as that clamp hits the log, hits the pressure, that saw comes down. Zoom, it's off. Then this block kicks the block of wood up into your splitter tray where this is sitting.
See, I see it. What, you can adjust the bump stop?
Absolutely, yep. Any length you want.
Now the 25-33, what is that?
That's in
Millimeters?
millimeters.
Yeah, figures.
Yeah, it's metric. This comes from Sylvania's too. So it's got the adjustable conveyor on it, goes up and down, swings side to side. It's a really nice unit. It's fast cutting, that's the best thing. If you don't do this, you can really put a lot of wood through it.
Takes special talent to get it jammed
Well,
up
it's
like
experience. Obviously, these are new guys that are running them. I ain't got nothing against that. You got to live and learn. That's part of being in the wood industry. You either do it right all the time or you do it once the wrong time and you'll find out what you did wrong.
that. Absolutely.
I'm surprised they don't have an override so you can bring that cylinder
That's
back.
what I said too. I don't have the book right here. I
Just an
booked for that override.
It's just an auto cycle cylinder.
Right, it's auto cycling, so that's stuck ahead. But you can
Right
jam
to the
it.
end.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at, guys, is a firewood processor made by Uniforest, sold by Hudson. Hooks to the tractor. I guess use
That's
tractor
it.
PTO.
Yeah, tractor PTO runs the hydraulic. This is a towable unit. You can also get a 3-point hitch, but you better have a big tractor to pick it up because it's heavy.
Now, how many horsepower does it take to run this?
This starts out at 50 horsepower.
50 horsepower?
Around 50 horse to run it, yeah.
So my 8N doesn't stand a chance in hell.
No, you'd probably run it, but you'd have to cut small stuff. Might stall it when you started the PTO up. Never wide open. That's got the clutch PTO on it, right? The old 8N?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not live PTO.
Now fire up the tractor, Anthony. see if I can get this back off. You're not gonna film this live, are you?
I can actually turn it away, so in case you lose your arm.
No, I ain't gonna do that. Fire it up, just keep it lower idle.
And they got a piece of firewood stuck in there. So we're not gonna film it in case something happens. We'll walk back over here to visit with Tim, Paul, and Andy.
John? Uh-oh, John got a breakdown?
Well, they got a piece of firewood stuck, and he didn't want me to film it live in case something happens.
Look at the plane. That wind's blowing.
Oh yeah.
That's an ultralight, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be over the fairgrounds?
Nope.
Somebody forgot to tell him at the airport, huh?
Are you still
Supposed- No, I quit flying. Scared me too much.
hear you?
I've worked on trucks my whole life, diesel engines. Airplanes are held together with little tiny bolts. When you see a bolt as big as my wrist break, and then you're looking at what you're flying under, it's like, it's just not right. Kind of chilly today, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was going to warm up, but it never did.
We busted our humps to get a couple t-shirts made up so we could wear them at the show. And now we need sweatshirts.
It's not a raincoat.
Do you guys have a logo?
No. That's all I was thinking about.
Why don't you make a logo up? I've got a cry cut shoe I can make. You know, I made our t-shirts.
We can make the stuff you could iron on.
If you guys make a logo, I can get the iron-on stuff and send it to you, and you can make your own shirts out of it.
Cool. I have to do something.
You know, just email us or whatever. Text it to Rick. I know you got Rick's text. Busted Andy's ass when he was making fun of us. Surprised, weren't you? On the homestead.
You don't do that anymore.
No. I wonder why.
That was knee-jerk. It's just,
I know,
Wow.
but Paul threw you under the bus and said to Rick. Rick goes, oh, look at this. Guess who's getting their balls busted?
It just occurred to me the other day, you don't do that anymore.
What's that?
On the homestead.
No,
Homestead edition.
Homestead edition.
you guys cured me of that. I might say on the forestry edition.
There you go.
Sounds a little better, I think.
You learn as you grow. You guys ever hit 1,000 subscribers yet?
No, we're just shy of 600 now.
I don't know. Are you putting out shorts?
Occasionally.
we got to do more short.
We've been doing short after short after short, and we're gaining, sometimes only gain 6 or 7 subscribers a week, but we're still gaining constantly. And they're coming from the shorts. You can do shorts on Fenway. I know you could get a lot of views on those.
We just spent a shitload of money on a new camera.
Everybody loves the puppy dogs.
See what we're doing? We're scheduling them like 2 weeks out. We're doing them. And then we schedule. We're all the way up to August 22nd. I'm doing the shorts, he's doing the videos.
I'm gonna go back over and look at the wood processor.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, go have fun. You do realize you're getting ready to split money, right?
What's that?
You're we're getting ready to split money.
You're absolutely right.
That's a burl.
You want it?
I can't carry it home. This has got a circular saw to cut the firewood. That log's got a burl on it. There you go, now you can see what's going on. I brought it forward, I bring it forward and back. Clamp, see the clamp, now it's off again. Push it over there, split it. Boom. The money split. Yep. Yeah. That's all we got, the money split. And what comes out this side. Got the log table.
I think I can take my damn wood splitter. I got tipped up, split it in half to death. There's having too many problems down there.
Well, I don't think they have the best logs.
Right?
I don't think they have the best logs. That log has got a burl in it. The burl got
Yeah, I know that.
I can see it would be really fast once you got used to everything working right. All right, so John's busy. I think we'll go over here and talk to Albright. Is that it?
Oh, to John, the other John?
Yeah.
Come on, we're introduce.
Have you seen the
He's got one.
oh, I figures you got one. You guys got too many toys. All right, well, while they're working on that log splitter, they got that burl jammed up in there. Excuse me. All right, we're live. You want to demonstrate your little tool and who you are, where you're from?
Sure, I'll show you. This is the live.
All right, you're gonna have to speak up a little because I gotta stand back so you can see it. I gotta stand back a little bit so it gets in it, but you gotta speak up. I don't have a microphone except right here.
Alright, but this is the Logox powder, and basically the beauty of this tool is that instead of having to bend over to pick something up like this, you want to use your legs and not your back.
Right.
So simply just drop it on it, and now you can.
Where were you 30 years ago?
So now you can take it to wherever you want to go. Drop it off. If the log is too big to carry it to the side, what you want to do is again using your upper body legs.
Drag it.
Set it up under a vertical splitter. The tool is very aggressive. Holds on real nicely. You'll pick up a large range of pieces like this.
That's a pretty handy tool.
It's a great tool for feeding the splitter because you take the log down, drop it up onto the splitter, put it on the holster, do your splitting, and then you can go grab another one. So it's a real good tool for feeding the splitter. It's also a great short cant hook
Yep.
If you have a portable sawmill like the one behind us, it's great for turning that cant over on the sawmill.
Yep.
And cutting the other side. You want more leverage than what this can offer you? Put the extension on it. Candle to it. And you now have a 40-inch cant. And with a 40-inch cant, you can really turn a good-sized log. Then you can convert it to a timber jack. Have the timber jack, drop a couple of pins in there.
Yep.
And now you've got a timber jack like this. And the beauty of that is that you're now not worried about pinching. You're not worried about going into the ground. You're not bending over as much to do the cutting, so you'll process that 3 to 4 times faster off the ground than on the ground.
Absolutely.
And the real nice part about it, it is a modular tool, so you can take it all apart. And you can put it into a gear bag like this, and it stores easily, transports easily, and you've got 3 essential forestry tools at your fingertips all the time.
Now, let me see that handle for just a second.
Yes, sir.
Now that's steel,
It's all steel.
and it's heavy. It's not going to bend under the weight of a log. That's nice and heavy. That's a good piece of steel.
It is. It's rugged, and it's all made in Missouri, and it's everything that Log Ox does is manufactured in the U.S.
100% American made.
100%.
And you got a holder on in your belt, so you can carry it.
When you're doing the splitting, you need to put the tool someplace.
Right.
So this is a nice, convenient place to put it. It's really
I can see where that would be handy working in the woods where we're bucking up logs for the sawmill, because a lot of times you get the end of a log and you need to get it out of your way.
Yep.
And that would work perfect. Why don't you try that out?
So I'll show you that there's some release techniques. Let me show you the release.
Show me everything.
Here we go. Okay. So the funny part about the tool is that you pick it up and you go to set it down. You're gonna go pick it up again.
Oh yeah, because of the cape like
So you have a release technique. So what I want is like, just a little jerk like this.
I bet he can't do it right the first time.
And you can do it also. So when you're getting momentum, you can just pick it, just do that to it. Okay.
I'll bet you drop it on your toe and fall in the mud.
probably.
Or you can bump it like that. But generally, when you're walking, you need to make this.
Let me try it. Let's see if I can perfect that.
See how far you can throw that.
You go drop it on his foot, then fall in the mud.
Like that. Like that, right?
Not bad, huh?
I'm a logger. So what does this do, John?
So that's an extension.
Oh, okay. Also has a pin that goes in.
This is called the Log Ox, guys. Completely 100% American made.
Pin too.
We will put the link to this on our video when we get home.
It's just a can.
Now you've got a 40-inch. And then if you timber jack,
So it's multi-purpose. So it's a can hook, it's a carrier, and also Now I see that this is curved here. Why is that curved?
So that's curved. This is a new product that we introduced in 2022. We have a patent pending on it. It is curved because you have it like this. You can use it like a skidder.
Ultimately, that's what it does right there.
It's easier for you to lock it back. This should be really back. So this is a very about 2.5 surface area. So it keeps it nice and stable. It keeps it from sinking into the dirt.
So I see that this is user friendly because you wouldn't put it on the wrong way. They even have an arrow.
Nobody here would do that.
Nobody would do that.
User friendly.
The nice part about the tool is it all comes apart. It's modular, so it's easy to put into a gear bag like that one. It's nice. And that gear bag is designed so that the straps are long enough so you can use it as a backpack. So, you know, you can put that in the back of your truck or whatever, and you've got 3 essential forestry tools in it. You can have fingertips all the time.
It's multiple use. Now, does the gear bag come with it, or is this sold separately?
That's sold separately.
Sold separately.
So we sell the hauler by itself, okay? We sell the 3-in-1, and then we have what we call our forestry kit, which includes the holster, okay?
Oh, I didn't even see the holster.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the great things about this is it's a nice tool for feeding the splitter. So, you know, you grab a log ground, put it up onto your splitter, drop it there, do your splitting, go grab it back. So, you know, you always want to keep the tool handy so that you can do that.
Not recommended to put the handle in there though, right? The extension while it's in the holster.
You could, yes.
Might knock yourself out.
It's really not designed to be walking around the woods with it on the side. It's really designed so that when you're doing splitting, you have a place to sit it down, or you know,
Instead of throwing it on the ground like we do with the cans.
yeah, right. So you don't want to throw it on the ground because then you have to bend over to pick it up. So it kind of defeats it. You know, pick up such a nice wide range. Because when I'm harvesting my firewood on the down tree, I collect everything. So even, you know, the small rounds, you know, you grab this, throw one under your arm, grab another one, and you're yarding it all out.
Yeah, and that handle's real nice. I mean, I'm a senior. I'm in my 60s, and it picks up like nothing. John says you're a young pup. John says you're a young pup.
It is a young pup.
Twice in a row. So you're the designer, and this is the brains behind the company?
She's the one that makes sure everything is getting done properly.
Now, let me hold your card for just a second. I'll hold it up here in front of the camera, because this will go on video afterwards. This is how you get a hold of Log Ox.
And on the back side, you can turn it around. You also
There's the phone number, the website. Looks like you're on Instagram.
yeah, it's have our social media.
Lynn and John, right? Lynn and John. Okay.
Now these are sold at Hudson, right?
That's correct.
Hudson Forest Products.
So Hudson is one of our dealers, and we're here doing dealer support for Hudson
Nice.
at the fair, and helping them do demos for
Very nice. Nice design, nice thought.
Yeah, no, it's a great tool, and you know, we've had so many people tell us, you know, once they start using it and they get it into their routine of working in the woods, they won't go in the woods without it. And we have a video on our website that's basically harvesting from roots to leaves, and throughout the whole harvesting process, you'll use the different tools at different times. And so, you know, it'll save your back, and it'll make the job go a lot faster, safer, and easier.
So what is your website? I already got that. We already got that on the card. Yep.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question. I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
Yes, sir.
but I know you've tested this. What is the biggest log you have picked up and set up for cutting firewood?
I'll tell you what, my son has picked up a much bigger log than I can pick up. Right?
Okay.
But his log is, but he's picked up a log, and I estimated it was about 150 pounds. And it was just, you know, this one here, I would have taken it to the
Right.
vertical splitter, but you can see that's a massive log.
Okay, well that's manly size log for picking up. I'm talking about flipping a log up to saw it like this.
Oh, so you know what we recommend there is on picking up with the the timberjack. It's up to about 10 inches in diameter. You know, these logs that are over here, most of them you could actually pick up with
Right.
the timberjack. About 10 inches. What we would say is, you know, cut it halfway through, use the cantuk, flip it over, and cut the back.
Right.
But a lot of these logs, like you see over there, you know, or the one that's sort of hung up here, those are really nice size that you can pick up with the timberjack. And again, you'll cut that 3 to 4 times faster off the ground. It's amazing how much faster. And anybody who's been trying to cut those smaller ones on the ground, you know, they start to slow down and they don't want to get pinched. And
Well,
a little bit
yeah.
extra, they get pinched, you know, or they go into the ground. So it makes it go up.
Okay, so we got like maybe a 12, 13-inch log on the mill over there. You see it over there?
Yeah.
Would that be able to pick one end up to be able to start sawing?
It depends on how strong you are.
So if you were strong enough to pick it up, that would be strong enough to handle it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, so you know, if you were to wanted to pivot that end, you could probably pick it up like this and pivot it on there.
Because I bought something like this 30 years ago from Tractor Supply,
Okay.
and not only did I bend the handle around the log, but I also broke the leg off.
Yep, yep. I imagine I know where that product came from too.
I can imagine where it came from.
This product is made here in the U.S. in Missouri.
Meant for real men to use. All right, John. Well, we appreciate the demonstration.
I appreciate you stopping
I
by.
am absolutely impressed you could use it first time out.
You did an awesome job.
You did.
I don't know if I've ever seen somebody do it as good as you did on that first try.
Really?
Oh yeah, usually I'll take a couple tries, but that's all it does. It takes 2 or 3 tries and then you start it out. If you got it, you nailed it on the first one.
Well, you really want to be impressed. Watch him walk through the woods sometime. He's really attentive about what's under the log. Not on purpose.
Okay.
All right, John, thank you very much for the demonstration.
Stopping by.
All right, guys, we're going to be back in a few minutes.
It's about 30 minutes or so.
Every 30 minutes or so, we'll get on here. This works out pretty easy. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
How are you?
I gotta find it.